second. Okay, so as we get the live ones on, we're going to get started here in about 5 minutes right now as everybody's joining us. Okay. Let's see here. So anyway, we're going to, I'm actually getting everything set up right now. Let's see if I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, we got that one up and going. We got this one up and going. We got the middle one up and going. Now we just have to get everybody else up and going. Okay. So how are you doing tonight, Cheryl? Okay, there we go. So if anybody wants to, you can get over to the Zoom broadcast. We're going to start in 5 minutes so that you can see the actual screen. You have to go down into my YouTube page or on my Facebook page, find the Zoom and add yourself to the Zoom. If not, you can just listen and we're going to go over it. It should take about 20 minutes and then we should be good to go, and I'll take all questions. Hold all your questions for the end. Right now, let everybody know where you're from. Let everybody know where you're talking to from. And I'm already hearing Ashley's kids. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
It's just one of them.
I'm just kidding. Ashley, you remember Cheryl?
Yes.
Hey, Al. How's it going, my friend? Hey, Jessa. On my YouTube, I don't have it showing me who's on right now, but it's going on there. And we've got 5 minutes before we get started. So as you log in, type in where you're from. Let everybody know who you are. Okay, because like I said, we're going to go live here in 5 minutes. And I'm counting down because I've got to get the people on the phone lines, which are my truckers, warehouse people, and people from Canada right now. I put them on the phone lines. People that don't have an internet signal and stuff, they can use their phones to listen in. So if you want to know what I'm doing with my phone. So I got Facebook, YouTube, and I've got... All right. Let's see here. So once Richmond and all them get on. Okay. So then I'm going to do this. So how you guys doing tonight? Whee! I'm showing everybody else everything's going on. Everybody's like, whoa. Alright. Alright, starting up. Got 3 minutes remaining, and then we will get started. Okay? 3 minutes remaining, we'll get started. I just gotta grab a couple things. Alright. Hey Rich, how's it going? We're getting ready in 3 minutes. I'm keeping an eye on my clock here. Okay. Hey Stephanie, hey Brock, what's going on, guys? As I'm seeing you guys come on, I'm trying my best to say hi to everybody. Okay. Let's see here. Time on deck. Okay. Oops, hold on. Alright, 2 minutes and we're going to get started. Okay. So if you know anybody you want to get on to the broadcast, get them on, send them a Zoom. You can find me on Zoom.com, on LS Engage, YouTube, and on Facebook Live, okay? By the way, Ashley, you did an outstanding job today. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And you're right, there's a lot of people that need a will and healthcare power of attorney and stuff. What's nice is you're real about it, so...
I was going to follow the scripted, but I can't do it. It's too weird.
That's what everybody says about me. They say I'm weird. Uh-oh. Well, hold on real quick. My PowerPoint's not working. Alright, why are you not working? Got about a minute left, folks. Come on, I can put that down there. What's going on here? Oops. Hold on, go back. Hey, Rich.
Hello.
Hey, Rich, I'll got all my phones and everything going. Could you and Ashley do me a favor? Send stuff out there, everybody. Let them know we're on right now because I'm starting in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
And send one to Darren and send my love.
I can't.
I know.
I don't have any of his information anymore.
That's okay. Just so everybody knows, we are broadcasting live today to all 50 states and to all parts of Canada, even though we're only in 4 provinces of Canada. So all 50 states will be joining us today and live. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Susan. Okay, so I think we're about ready to start. I think my team's ready to get started. I'm going to stay there because I told everybody I'd keep this to 20 minutes. Oh. All right. 30 seconds left. I know a bunch of people are scrambling to get on right now. Cheryl, is your boyfriend with you? Tell him I said hi.
Yes, he is.
Tell him I said hi.
He says hi.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. How's everybody doing tonight? I am your presenter tonight. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. If you're on our Zoom broadcast, you'll be able to see the full presentation. Usually I'd have some boards and some stuff going on behind me. However, because I don't have that all set up tonight, we will just go with you listening to me on Facebook and YouTube. And I appreciate everybody on there watching. All right. Obviously, somebody invited you here today, not just myself, but somebody wanted to let you know about what it is that we do. First off, I like to ask everybody, have you ever heard of our business model, Legal Shield, before? Okay. We are simple. We're disruptive. We are noble. We are not easily duplicated. And we even have a phone app for all your needs. All right. Now, there's a couple things I'm going to skip over today. If everybody would go ahead and mute your... I'll go ahead and mute them. Okay, I got everybody muted now. So, why are we unlike any other business out there, and what do we do? First off, I want you to understand, we educate people, we help people, and we solve people's problems that normally they would not be able to solve on their own. How do we do that? We're going to give you some examples of where we're coming from. Everybody has heard of the taxi industry. Remember yellow cab, white cab? I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to always call cabs to come on base to take us off. It was a lot easier. However, when I got into a cab, I did not know what was going on. I didn't know how much I was going to pay because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't have a set fee. However, every time I got in a cab, I knew I had to have cash on me. What came along? Uber comes along. So Uber has now is competitive with the taxi cab industry. Now, why is Uber competing with the taxi cab industry? Because first off, you know exactly where you're going, you know how much it's going to cost, and they pick you up at your front door. You don't have to go out and hail a cab anymore. Now you can just call an Uber, you do it right from your phone. All right. The other one is Lyft. If you need to get a Lyft, you can call Lyft. Now, we all remember Blockbuster Video. You remember that place you used to go in, you get your VHSs, your DVDs, your CDs. You would go into Blockbuster Video, rent it. If you didn't rewind the video, you had a rewind fee and everything else. Nowadays, what do we have? Blockbuster no longer exists. Why? It's not because movies don't exist anymore. It's because a company called Netflix came around, the Redbox came around, and what they did was they made things simpler for people to be able to get their movies and their CDs and their DVDs. But for the most part, people stream them. Even cable is going to streaming movies now, so you don't have to go anywhere. So in other words, it has been a trend that has changed the system. A very old system where people went to get videos, now they don't. Now, hotels, motels, you know, whenever you used to call a place. However, what happened with that is Airbnb came along. Now you can book your hotels, get the cheapest rates, cheapest price, whether it's a hotel or a house. They even have houses now with Airbnb. I've stayed at a house myself and used Airbnb, and I only paid about $25 because we got a group of people. We had our own bedrooms. Some of us even had our own bathrooms. Now, who remembers photography? We used to have 35mm cameras, used to have those disposable cameras. What happened? Things like, Instagram came along. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure I keep it down to a time limit. Instagram came along. Instagram changed the way people take videos, take pictures. Now most people use their phones. Am I correct? So what is the one profession that has not changed? It is the legal profession. On average, lawyers are over $250 an hour across the board. Some people are like, oh, yeah, it's only $75 for me. That's per hour, though. Oh, yeah, well, some of them up in New York can get a lawyer for $1,500 an hour. What does that have to do with anybody else? We are changing the way people look at legal, and we've been doing it for 45 plus years, okay? There was a gentleman that started a company, and I like to actually give a little bit of history. He got in an accident in 1969. Because of this accident, okay, we became, in 1972, we got put on the world stage. What is it? We are legal professionals. We have law firms that represent all 50 states in the United States and 4 provinces of Canada. The reason why people do not use lawyers, they do not use the legal system, okay? The reason why people do not use lawyers and they do not use the legal system is because they're expensive, unresponsive, and unaccountable. I can tell you from experience, going into a lawyer's office, you go in, you're paying by the hour, and the paralegal does a lot of the work. Then the lawyer finally gets you in, they kind of rush you through everything, you still get charged for that hour, and then you have to go and schedule another time to sit down with them. And that's just for basic stuff. Legal Shield came along and said, we need to do away with that. We need to have responsible attorneys, responsible law firms at everybody's fingertip. In other words, we need to do away with sitting in an office just to ask a simple question. Now, a lot of people, they tell me, well, I can just go to Google and I can Google a question in. That's great. Here's the thing with Google. Google has never passed a bar exam, all right? If you want a lawyer, you want an experienced professional, you want a lawyer that is paid well for their services, but on the other hand, you also been taught from day one, the reason why we don't call lawyers, the reason why we don't use lawyers is because every time, from the time you're on the phone with them to the time you get home, okay, you're on the clock. They're on the clock. We changed that, okay? We actually made this directly for our members. We are affordable, accountable, and responsive, okay? So all 50 states are covered. All 4 provinces are covered, and we have law firms that cover you, that are experts in the field of law that you're calling about. We are simpler, easier, and more affordable. The reason why we're more affordable is because we have over 4 million plus members, okay? Those 4 million plus members, every one of them pays month to month. We have no contracts, no copays. We have no termination fees, all right? What you have to understand and realize is that we made the system simpler, easier, and more affordable. That way you don't have to take off work and go talk to a lawyer. You can actually call up and you can get a response within 6 to 8 hours. Now, how do we do that? First off, I'm going to go back a little bit. We were established in 1972. We have approximately 4.6 million lives that we've saved in the United States and Canada. Okay, we have a dedicated network of quality law firms, all 50 states and 4 provinces. We are on the A+ rating guide of Better Business Bureau out of Oklahoma City. All right? There's a lot of people that don't understand that. When you go to the Better Business Bureau, you can find us out of Oklahoma City, and we have an A+ rating. We protect and empower people. That's what our lawyers and law firms do. We protect and we empower people to provide equal access to liberty, equality, and opportunity and justice every human deserves and expects. Okay? And a lot of people, if you don't know me, I myself, through the Marines and everything else, I know people, I've always had to deal with legal in some way, shape, or form, whether it be getting wills done, whether it's speeding tickets, whether it's family matters. We've all at some point in time needed a lawyer, but we do not use them because they're expensive. We want to help people improve their lives by teaching life-transforming skills and by offering exceptional products and services that promote peace of mind, confidence that the world often sometimes is uncaring and selfish. Let's face it, whenever we go to a lawyer, you got to pay them no matter what. And a lot of times the lawyers are not nice. A lot of times they go in, they're like, pay us, we'll go in and get it done. And then you don't even know if they're going to get it done. You go into a courtroom and it's like the coldest place. I think the other side, the only other place that's colder than a courtroom is the morgue. Okay? When you go into court, you almost feel like the life is sucked out of you because they're going to take your money, they're taking your time, when there's a different way. We have an app on our phone. We also have lawyers at your call, okay? Our lawyers, 5 days a week, you can push a button on your phone or you get the phone number. I know a lot of people are older. Not everybody has a smartphone. But you can tap call and you can get your justice taken care of. We take care of unlimited matters, on unlimited advice, on unlimited situations, including pre-existing. That's your personal legal advice. You can call them up and get unlimited matters over unlimited situations, including pre-existing, and they're going to call you back within 6 to 8 hours with a professional in the field of law that you're calling from. Next, our law firms will send out letters and phone calls. They're going to be made on your behalf. How many times you get in a situation and you're like, man, I got to go into court now? No, you don't. Everybody gets this bad misconception that everything you do has got to go right into court. The best thing about it is you do not have to go right into court. Okay? The reason why is because you can have letters and phone calls made on your behalf, sent to the other party, and taken care of a situation in a civil manner. In other words, you can become a responsible civil adult by handling a situation that normally you would not know how to handle. We will review up to 15 contracts and documents in any given month. Okay, how many of you all push that button on your cell phones, your Apples, your iPads, your Androids, your Samsungs? How many people sign contracts? They go in the trucking industry, they go into the hospitals, they basically get a new house. They basically what it amounts to is this. We will do 15 contracts or documents in any given month. Most of us don't even have one in a year. But we will review up to 15 contracts or documents in a given month. A good example. I do a lot of videos for YouTube. I sent my situation over to my law firm here in Illinois. That law firm then referred me over to the Canadian law firms because that's what the company was out of and told me, don't do it, Jeff. They went over everything with me and it turned out I would have been in a really bad deal. They wrote it to work for them. They did not write it to work for me. And by the time we were done, we could not come to agreement because everything they were writing was in their favor. Okay? Every time that I have a letter, I got to get, like I said, I'm a single father. So if I do something with my daughter's mother, I make sure to have a letter sent from my law firm, and that's taken care of, instead of paying $75 per letter. Okay? I had a situation to where I had to contact the state of Illinois. Turns out, it just turned out to be a glitch, but the lawyers handled it for me. My phone, I have a Sprint phone, and guess what? I was being charged full price for the phone. Sprint, the lady from Illinois, called up. She said, hey, get me in touch with, got right to their legal department. She fixed the matter within 15 minutes, which took me 3 months. Okay? Next thing is, how many of you are scared of always being audited by the IRS? Get that little red thing in the mail. We're going to give you 50 hours of IRS audit services. Now, we do not sue people, but I don't want you to get misconceived on this. I don't want you to think wrong. What we do is we give you 60 hours of civil trial defense. That's trial and pretrial time. Now, what does that mean? If you are named in a lawsuit, somebody sues you, from day one, we are going to give you 60 hours of civil trial defense time. That's 60 hours that you normally have to go into a law firm and pay for. We're going to give you 60 hours. Then we're going to basically, it's going to roll over to the next year. And up for 5 years, we're going to give you 300 hours. Every year on your anniversary date, we're going to give you 60 hours of civil trial defense time. This puts a complete shield around you where you feel bulletproof. Why? Because let's put it this way. People use the legal system nowadays like people play the lottery. They're sitting there and they're going to go sue you because they think they're going to get millions from you. I can't tell you how many truck drivers I deal with, and everybody thinks that truck drivers has all kinds of money in the world. I can't tell you how many businesses people sue the small guy, down the block that everything is loaded when they're scrambling to pay their bills every month, but they're going to go ahead and sue him anyway. Or the person next door that's got the dog. It says, beware of dog. Well, guess what? That means you were aware of that dog and you went in their yard, you got bit. All of a sudden, you go in, there's no sign, you get bit by the dog. Well, now they weren't aware, so now they get, and no matter what, they can sue you for anything. It's nice to know that with civil trial defense time, if you got in that automobile accident that was no fault of your own, okay, and they turn around and sue you, our law firms are going to represent you. Okay, for any family or domesticated services, okay, our family case for all fits under a family plan. All this stuff is under one plan. All right, 90 days after you've been a member of us. Remember, we have no contracts, termination fees, no copays, no deductibles, anything like that. So if you've been with us for 90 days, we're going to do uncontested name change, uncontested adoption, uncontested divorce, uncontested separation. Uncontested means that you can both get along for long enough to see through the divorce and go your separate ways. Let's face it, there's a divorce going on, they lawyer up, you lawyer up, okay? And in the end, that lawyer you got is now putting their kids through private college, private high schools, and driving a nice car off the money that should have went to your kids or to your future or to your retirement. Would I not be wrong on that? Because like I said, people will sell their arms and their legs and their cars and their houses to get a divorce. What if you could just get it done? Get along for 90 days. We'll get all the paperwork done for you. You pay the court fees, meaning whatever it is in court. That's not lawyer fees. About $120 here in Illinois. And your divorce is done. It's finalized. All right. Next thing. We have an option on our phone called Snap. On your phone, if you get a ticket, okay, if you get a ticket on your phone, or not on your phone, if you get a ticket, like you're driving down the road, okay, and you get a speeding ticket, or you get any type of ticket, and the officer writes you the ticket and everything else, don't panic. The reason why is there's a button on our phone called Snap. You take a picture of the front, you take a picture of the back, you put the court date in, and then you push send. What does that do? Once you send that ticket to the providing law firm, they are then going to call you within 6 to 8 business hours. Usually it'll be the next day if it's late at night. But no matter what, they're going to call you back right away. If it's during the day, they could call you back within 20 minutes. I don't think I've ever waited on normal business hours waiting longer than 20 minutes. But here's just it. They're going to call you back. They're going to go over the ticket with you. They're going to tell you everything you can and cannot do. I'm speaking from experience. Yes, I've driven through Hannibal, Missouri many times. And what they do is they go over everything. Now, luckily for me, I have this service. And if you ask my insurance company, I'm a perfect driver. Does that mean that I am? No, it just means the provided law firm that I have, Evans, Lowenstein, Szymanowski, and Marscardini out of Chicago, or DeBeo Judge out of Missouri, okay, they went to bat for me. And by that time they were done, they got it moved to a non-moving violation and kept it off my insurance. In some cases, they got them completely dismissed altogether. Okay, now we do tickets and member info submitted to your law firm, consultation within 8 hours. All right, next thing. Next thing is one I want to spend just a few seconds with. It is your will, your healthcare power of attorney, and your living will. Can everybody see this? This is a will. I had a person on my team go over this today, and the reason why is a lot of us do not get our wills done, okay? Right on your phone. You have the will right on your phone. You also have, where you push it, you could do the will right on your phone. You can copy a PDF. You can do it on your computer. Or look, you can go right into here. And by the way, remember I said you can call up the attorneys over anything? There's numbers and stuff on the side. You get this directly from me. And you just fill out your will, your healthcare power of attorney, and your living will and trust for minors. Now, why is a will important? Most people do not know this, but they live in a probate state. Probate means if something happens to you, you die or something else, everything goes in the probate. That means your husband, your wife, your kids, your mom, your dad, whoever is not in charge of you unless you have a will. Now, when my dad got his will done, I think he paid around $1,400 with our family lawyer. This was years ago. This was after my mom died of cancer. I now do the exact same things for less than $5 a week. Now, how important is a will to you? Well, if you don't want your kids going with one of your relatives that you don't really like, you don't have a say in the matter. If you get an accident and there's money left behind in a big court battle, you don't have a say where that money goes unless you have a will. Now, the Sherry Shiverling thing happened down in Florida. Mom and dad wanted to keep her on feeding tubes. Husband wanted to get her off feeding tubes. Now, either case, they both loved their daughter. But here's the fact of the matter. She did not have a will. So neither one was the proprietor of the estate, which means she was kept on that feeding tube, no matter what the husband wanted, no matter what the mom and dad wanted, because she did not put her wishes down in a will. Now, they both loved her with their entire heart, and they both thought they were right. The fact is, you need to have a will so that in that will, in that healthcare power of attorney, you can specify what you want done and how you want it. You're right, these are hard to do, but they have to be done. You can't procrastinate, because if you do, you're leaving the worry for your family. And a lot of families, they don't want or need that worry or that expense. The lawyers will prepare your will, your living will, and healthcare power of attorney. All right. Just at the push of a button, you start your will. There's a will questionnaire that'll come up, and then you start it. Now, the next thing, this one's pretty neat. This is called member perks. A lot of people don't know. As members of Legal Shield, you can save, on average, about $49 a month, or between $2,000 and $2,600 a year on what we have as member perks. It doesn't matter if you have a small plan or if you have a large plan. It doesn't matter. What it is I actually save more having a Legal Shield plan because I save about $50 a month. Everywhere from taking my daughter to the movies, to Amazon.com, to hotels, to shoes, to clothing, to my local grocery stores where I get discounts and stuff, okay? And I can save about $50 a month. Yet I'm only paying less than $5 a week for my plan, but I'm saving over $50 a month. Now, how many of you can go into a business and take your card or take your phone and say, here, I want a discount, all because you're getting the thing you need anyway? Next thing, this one's very important. This is crucial. For all emergency situations, we have an app on our phone, a red button. You push that emergency situation. Jeff Bell comes on, he's our CEO, and he basically says, if this is emergency, push 1, and it takes you right into a lawyer, period. You get a lawyer on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, speaks English, is coherent, ready to go at a moment's notice, okay? If your family friend is your lawyer, more than likely, they're sitting next to you at the bar getting drunk. Or they're in bed sleeping and they got their phone turned off because they got a hard day tomorrow. But with Legal Shield, 2 lawyers, every one of our law firms takes a cell phone home with them, speaks in English, is coherent, ready to go at a moment's notice. All right? Now, why is that important to you? If all of a sudden you got people coming to your house to grab your kids, the police officers are only doing their job, okay? That is all they're doing. They're doing their job. However, we have child services also on option 3, okay? We have identity theft on number 2 and option 3. You push 3, you get child services. So you got a lawyer along with child services 24/7 to basically make sure your kids are not leaving your home on Thanksgiving or Christmas or in the middle of the night because some neighbor or some family member wanted to do something that was less than kosher. Okay, so 24 hours, 7-day week emergency access for covered situations. Now, for anything I didn't cover, criminal or pre-existing, okay, let's face it, drugs, alcohol, drag racing, DUIs, stuff like that, okay, I do not condone those whatsoever. You should not be drinking and driving. However, situations do happen in life. So for anything that's pre-existing or criminal, we're at least going to give you a 25% preferred member discount off of your provided law firm, okay? What if you have a pre-existing condition like an auto accident or a contested divorce or landlord, tenant where they start contesting the stuff? We're going to give you the law firm. We're going to give you counseling. We're going to tell you everything else. But if we go into court for you, we're going to give you a 25% preferred member discount. And we're going to let you know up front how much it's going to cost. Okay? What if you want to file a lawsuit? That's a 25% preferred member discount. Like I said, if they file it against you, you have 60 hours from day 1, depending on how many years you've been part of this. All right. Who's covered? The member's spouse, never married, children under the age of 26, living at home, phone-tied college students, military, dependent children under the age of 18, who's a legal guardian, physical or mentally disabled children living at home. So basically you, your domestic partner, your kids, their kids, under the age of 26, living at home with no kids of their own. Pretty simple. So everybody's covered for one price. It's not multiple prices, it's one price. Now, a lawyer will charge you $250 an hour. That's a lawyer. A lawyer will charge you $250 an hour. If you join Legal Shield, we are less than $20 a month. In our opinion, injustice is one of the biggest crimes in North America, but one of the most common and fastest growing crimes that happens is identity theft, okay? There's a huge problem that everyone faces. Okay, criminals don't want your money, they want your identity. Did you know that identity theft has surpassed drugs in the billions? It is easier to do identity theft and cheaper to do identity theft than it is to go out and become a criminal of drugs, gangs, and stuff like that. The reason why is because there's not very many laws on it. People don't know how or what identity theft is. I'm going to give you a quick overture of what identity theft is. Okay? So, tax returns, medical claims, Social Security claims, personal loans. Okay? In the end, you're all guilty until proven innocent. In identity theft, you are guilty until proven innocent. In a court of law, if someone breaks the law, you're innocent until proven guilty. In a court of identity theft, you're guilty until proven innocent. Now, we have an app for this one also. We're going to monitor your credit score, social security number, passport, medical ID, gift cards, emails, loans, social media, black market website surveillance, bank accounts, credit cards, physical addresses, your kids' social security numbers. We are watching all of it. The reason why is because there's no way to actually know if you've ever been breached. There are companies out there that make money off of people being gullible that think that I can tell you if you've been breached or not. Oh, the Equifax got breached. Oh, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. Well, then the government puts out those are all fake websites because there's no real way of knowing if you've been breached or not. However, everybody's information was sold. Your driver's license goes for about $10. Your passport, about $5. Okay? They want your information. We have licensed investigators that'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to clear your records for life. We're here to clear your records for life, and we offer up to a $5 million guarantee to do it. Remember this, we are not LifeLock, we are not Equifax. LifeLock and Equifax are the same company. They both use the same security. Okay? What we do is we use Kroll. You can call your identity advisor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have an emergency after hours number, so if all of a sudden you need a private investigator, you got one. So, you put your legal with your identity theft, you put it together, now you're fully covered. Now, for a family, okay, to do identity and legal together costs $39.90 a month, or $19.95 for the legal and $19.95 for the identity theft. As an individual, meaning you have no kids, you're by yourself, it is $27.90 a month for both, or $17.95 for legal and $9.95 for Identity Shield. Now, how do we make money? Now I'm going to go into the opportunity. This is the last part. This is where everybody always asks me, what do you do, Jeff? How is it that you're helping so many people, and why are you helping them? Well, first off, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be. I'm not going to give advice as a lawyer. Why? I might be a Marine. I can give you advice probably on nothing. But I can tell you this. Word of mouth marketing and team building is how we make money. If I go into a movie and I tell the person that's in that movie theater and I like the movie and I come out and I tell everybody, hey, you need to go see this movie, I get paid zilch. If I go get a car and I say, hey, you need to go to this car lot over there, you know what? I get zilch. However, Facebook, every time I promote something on Facebook, I don't make any money. They ask me for money to promote myself, but as far as me promoting myself on Facebook, I make no money, okay? Uber will pay you in credits so that you can probably get a free taxi ride somewhere, okay? With Legal Shield and Identity Shield, we are going to pay between $60 and $280 each time you refer somebody to us, okay? What does that mean? That means we have no products. You don't have to keep anything. You don't have to buy inventory of anything. But we're going to pay between $60 and $280. As an associate, you start out, okay, you say your first 3 combo plans. We're going to go off everything with a combo plan. So the very first combo plan, family combo plan, $39.90. Okay? You're going to make $60 per combo plan. If you can go out and 3 people or 4 people or 5 people, basically let's say 3 people, 3 people that need to get their wills done. 3 people that are complaining at work because their lawyer's too expensive. 3 people out there that they have all these legal questions and they go on Google and now all of a sudden they're arrested because they believed what they saw online, or they're getting slandered or harassed but they don't want to call a lawyer, or somebody hits their car but they don't got enough money for legal. Okay? And you go out and say, hey, how about less than $5 a month? Here you go. Just go to this website, sign up. You sign up 3 people and then one person's like, how'd you do that? And they come on as a member and then one as an associate. 3 and 1. The company is going to give you, now you get a pay raise. Now you're going to make $120 per combo plan, family combo plan, okay? Now, right now, if you can do that within 20 days, because there's no quotas with us, okay? There's no quotas, there's no hierarchy, there's no pyramids, there's no ladders or anything like that. We're like the military, okay? You start out as a private, and you work your way all the way up to a staff NCO. Now, a lot of people don't understand military jargon, but I'll tell you how it works. You go in, it doesn't matter where you're at, you don't go back down. Even if you lose everybody, you don't start over, you're where you're at, and you stay there until you perform. It's all about performance. Okay, so you bring on 3 and 1, which is 6 memberships, okay? You bring on 9 more, the company's going to give you another raise. Well, guess what? You have to take the raise. You have to help people to get that raise, but you take on 9 more memberships, now you're making $140 per combo plan. Senior manager is at 50 memberships, $160. Director is the last permanent position. That's $190, okay? If you ever make it, when you make it the senior director, which is $25 a month, you're at $230, and executive director is $280. Now, what's nice is your team overrides. So let's say you're building a team. So right away, you come on the Legal Shield today, and you go out there and you put in the first 6 people. Okay, we're going to give you $360, and you put in 9 more before in another 30 days. We're going to give you another $360 bonus. Okay, altogether in bonuses alone, you just made $720 plus your commission off the level that you're at. Okay. Now, to be an associate, it's a $99 for life. It is not every month you got to pay $99. It's not you got to buy a bunch of products and pay $99. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is the reason why we're not a scam of any sort. That $99 goes to our 700 employees down in Ada, Oklahoma. That handles your websites. It handles all your goodies. It handles how your payroll. Because we get paid within 24 hours of putting somebody in. You get paid. It goes right into your account. The bonuses go right into your account. And by the way, the more you do, the more you make. So, if you bring in people right now, and you get paid $60 per membership, you protect 3 families and recruit 1 person, you get paid $180. Okay? Now, don't forget about the $360 bonus if you do it in 20 days. So, take 99. Okay? So, then you take 540 minus 99. Now, you have a $441 profit just for telling people about a law firm to go to that law firm. You weren't the lawyer. You didn't have to give them anything. You didn't even have to put them in the vehicle to take them there. You got them their wills done. You got them their power of attorney done. But the whole fact is you got them the one thing they need to do anyway. And a lot of times, see, on top of all those law firms we have in every state, we then have almost 8,000 plus referral attorneys throughout the United States and Canada, which means there's probably one of our attorneys is in your hometown or within 100 miles of you. Now, you don't have to worry about everything. The reason why is because we have tools. We have the mobile apps. We have videos. We have social media. We have websites. We have conference calls. This is a conference call. We have 3-way calls. We have DVDs. We have magazines. We have what's called a Z card. You know, we have in-home PBRs. We have businesses. We have luncheons. We have videos. We have sit-downs. Whatever you need to benefit or to build a team. The reason why is no matter what you do, if you got a team helping you, it works a lot easier. I like to always say, and I got this from a person that brought me in, you know, God made us in pairs. We work better in pairs. Now, if you're out there doing it by yourself, we got people out there doing it by themselves. But the whole point is everybody needs legal. Basically, we offer you a personal website. They go to your website to fill it out. They can basically go online. Okay, we have business building mobile apps. We have Prospect by Legal Shield. Where everybody's watching my presentation right now is called LS Engage. Now, what's nice about this is you can have another job. How about getting some Christmas money? How about doing something to where you know people are going to go out there and use their credit cards, their debit cards, and everything else, and you're trying to help them prevent identity theft to them and their families. Because let's face it, Target's been breached. The IRS has been breached. The FCC has been breached. The Department of Defense has been breached. Right now, why don't you go out and start helping people get a little bit of Christmas money, and as you're working or you give somebody your card and they're like, hey, can you come talk to me? Or, you know what, I need that. Can I go ahead and sign up on your site? Take them to your website. They sign right up. You get money in your bank. They get protected. If they don't like our service, they don't have to keep it. The reason why is because our company believes in our service. We believe in what we do. We love what we do. And our law firms are great. They're some of the best in the world. The power of leverage, okay? I can go over that. That's something else. Basically, what the next thing is how you get paid. I told you, you can sell a membership. You can build a team. You also get residuals for life, as long as you have a Legal Shield membership, okay? And you get all the perks, okay? Remember, just having a Legal Shield membership, you get all the perks. Doesn't matter if you have an individual plan or a family plan. You get the perks. So let's say you sign all those people up. Well, next year, you're going to get paid by those people again. Because as earned, each time they pay, each month they pay, now the company's going to pay you. That's your money, nobody else's. Every time they basically pay their Legal Shield membership, you get paid because you get the credit. If they don't like Legal Shield, they will not stay in. They will not stick with us. If they're, like I said, a lot of people get out and they go to a regular order, then they come back. We have a 90% retaining rate in all of Legal Shield. The whole point of it is to have leverage your income, which means every year you build up more and more. So now you're going to get paid again by the same people you put in for day one. Somebody asked me a long time ago, well, how much did you get paid when you first got in? I don't know. I'm still being paid by those people who really enjoy the member perks, who really enjoy the lawyers, because our lawyers will treat you with respect. If 10% sell one membership per month, okay? So in other words, you have 300 memberships, and you get a $50 executive director override. That means you're making $15,000 a month. It's kind of like residual income for car insurance. Think about it. We all need to have car insurance, right? And they are making money off of the residuals from your car insurance each time you pay each month, okay? You get a percent of every membership you sell from you and your team as they sign up. You do not get your teammates' money. Do not sit there and go into it and say, oh, that's a pyramid. It is not. Because, like I said, if they're making, say, 120, that's their money. That means you made 20 bucks. Well, how do you make any money then? Well, if you got 10 of them and you're making 20 bucks off the 10, okay, that's 200 bucks, right? And each one of them made 120. And then they go out and build teams. The reason why is because we are paid to help. And now, if somebody's not helping, we're not going to get paid. We have a proven track record. Now, this number has gone up even more, okay? We have 400 plus six-figure ring earners. Okay, we have 150 plus 50,000 ring earners. We have 230 millionaire club members, 1 billion paid in commissions in the last 10 years. By the way, this was done a year ago. Those numbers have all doubled and tripled. So what I'm telling you and what you're seeing, each number has doubled and tripled. So basically, now we have another thing called Performance Club. If every month you do, like, say, 6 memberships, that's it. That's all you want to do. Okay? If you do that for a year, the company's going to give you $300 on the 7th of every month from there on out. If you do it for 32 months, which is about 3 years, then the company is going to give you $500 on the 7th of every month, plus your commissions, plus your bonuses. Okay? Now, here's another thing. You also earn the trips. We have 4 trips a year. You get freedom bonus. You get recognition. And by the way, they just got back from Atlantis. The next one we're going to is Jamaica. We're getting ready to go down to Orlando. And the company pays for it all. When I say they pay for it all, I mean you go in your room, you got a bar in your room. You go in your room and you can order room service as much as you want. When you go in your room and you're out there, all you got to worry about is your passport for going overseas. All right. Freedom, flexibility to work from home. Belong to a noble cause, financial opportunity. Spend quality time with your family. Live life on your terms. What does that mean? That means you're living life on your terms. Nobody else's. These are your terms. This is you. Now let's get a quick recap, okay? The world's largest taxi company owns no vehicles. Uber owns no vehicles. The largest overnight accommodation provider owns no hotels. The most popular media provider creates no content. The leading movie rental company owns no theaters. And Legal Shield provides legal service in all 50 states and 4 provinces in Canada and owns no law firms. Become a member if you want. That's great. I will love you to become a member. Become an associate. You will get trained. If you don't want to be trained by me, you're going to get trained by some of the best. We will train you. We will make sure that you're trained. This is not a get rich quick. We will show you what to do. We'll show you how to do it. We will help you in your communities, in your areas. Because guess what? We know with education and experience, you're going to build your income. And the more people you help, you have to want to help people first. The more people you help, the more money you will make because you have to want to help people. Get paid, get promoted. Earn the $360 level up bonuses in just 20 days. If you do the both of them, you get 720 within 20 days. Okay? Now, has anybody got any questions for me? I'm going to go ahead and open up all communications now. Except for Richmond. Just kidding. His won't open up. There we go, I got it. Okay. If anybody has any questions for me, a lot of it is coming from LS Engage Zoom. I'm doing this from my home tonight, not the office. I normally be at the office. I will be back at the office next Monday, and I will have my boards and everything ready to go. The reason why this is really important right now is because Christmas is coming up, okay? There are a lot of people out there. You know how many these identity thieves are trying to break into everything, okay? And now that we found out that Equifax sold everybody's information, 145 million people's information, and that LifeLock is part of Equifax, and that the IRS has been breached, and Blockbuster has been breached, people need identity theft. The other thing is, now that you know to get your will done and your healthcare power of attorney, you can at least get your will done. I always tell everybody, try it out. If you need help with something, you can call me. My number is 217-316-0219, okay? And if you're having difficulty in states such as Oregon or Washington, Nathan, look, we have meetings everywhere. We are in every state. We're not going anywhere. I'll be here 10 years from now doing the same thing. Thing about it is, I will have helped a whole lot more people. So my residuals will be a whole lot more. And if I have to, I'm going to help as many of you get out of debt as possible. But the thing about it is, there's no such thing as a free ride. We're going to help you get out of debt. We're going to help you climb the ladder. And once you get past executive director, there's a whole nother level. Just like the officer corps, just like after staff NCO, there's a whole nother level of climbing. And guess what? You can make as much. There is no money limit on what you can do here. And we have no product. I'm sorry, the last time I kept the lawyers in my back of my Jeep, I pulled them out, there's a bunch of skeletons. Because I don't sell lawyers. I sell the best service in the world. And that's legal and identity theft. From Kroll, Legal Shield, and Identity Shield. We do have plans for CDL drivers, commercial driver's license, which I go into a different time. We do have small business plans. We will work with employee benefits. There's all kinds of things you can do and all kinds of people you can talk to. And let me ask you this. If you like a challenge and you want to get up there and high up in life, this is it. My name's Jeffrey Jansen. I'm going to go over to my Zoom feed now. If you guys need anything or want anything, go ahead and put comments, send me an inbox. Okay? Let me put on here. I'm going to put what my email is. If I can type it up here. Oops, that's not right. We're not going to put that down. All right, I'm going to have to type these in. For everybody else, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have questions, please sure to ask. I'm taking this off here. We'll do daily reflections later on tonight. I think Cheryl, you still there? Hi, Tom. It's my boy, Tom. He's out in Pennsylvania. Tom's a great guy. He's been talking to me for a couple years now. Now, if I could just get my email on here. www. Why am I putting www for an email address? Richmond, you were supposed to warn me about that. Alright. I just liked how we got people from all over the Actually, we got people from all over the world right now, and some people aren't even in the United States and they're listening, and that's awesome.
That's cool.
Hey, it's my boy Craig. Sorry, Craig, I didn't say hi to you, but how you doing, bud? Here you go. I'm going to put it on here. Hey, Manny Rodriguez. Okay. Got that on there. And my team has my email. If whoever invited you out tonight or invited you on this video, make sure to get up with them. They can answer your questions. I have a lot of my associates on tonight. We are one team. I am nobody at anything. We are one team. They know what I do. If they want to call me, they can. If not, they can answer all of your questions, okay? So if anybody has anything for me, I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube and the Facebook. And we're going to go over that. But if anybody's got any questions, make sure to get them back to me. Talk to you guys later on YouTube. See you, YouTube.